Gang, it's becoming increasingly clear that we are indeed watching the last days of CNN. That's right. In this video, we're going to take a look at the final ratings tally for the Beleaguered network. We're going to see how this was the worst year yet for CNN. And stick with me to the very end of this video when I'll show you why 2022 may indeed be the year of CNN's final and well-deserved demise. You are not going to want to miss this. Greetings, everyone. Dr. Steve here with you. Great to be with you. As always, I'm coming from beautiful but rainy Connecticut. I'm here with the Christmas holidays with my family. And before we dive in here, just a quick note. As many of you know, we've recently launched a brand new initiative we're so excited about. It's called Change America, and it enables ordinary patriots to do extraordinary things. It's a program that makes it possible for anyone and everyone to help unseat rhinos just by simply doing their daily grocery shopping. It's absolutely amazing. You can back America First candidacies by simply going out to eat. And we're going to soon be announcing another benefit to come from this amazing new initiative. So make sure to click on that link below right now to sign up or learn more about our Change America initiative. You're going to absolutely love it. All right, gang, let's dive right in here. You know, have you ever had the experience of seeing someone, usually a much older person, just slowly but surely wasting away, as it were? I know most of us have experienced this. It's often obvious. It's very difficult if it's someone we love dearly. But you know, every time you see them in between the weeks that go by, they're clearly degenerating. They're still alive. In fact, we're often surprised as each year passes that they're still around with us. But we all know, everyone around them knows that it's just a matter of time before it is all over. That, my friends, in many respects, is CNN. More and more reports are coming out recognizing that we are indeed watching the last days of this beleaguered organization that couldn't even remotely be referred to as a news network anymore. And again, that's because in the end, it is dying. Whatever semblance of news that CNN once purported has gone. It's dried up. And in its place is just an empty shell of a bygone era, consigned to sputtering and muttering a bunch of hate-filled anti-Trump screeds that literally mean nothing. If you don't know, the ratings for the year have just come out, and CNN has lost for the year an astonishing 40% of its audience, 38% to be exact. The yearly average of primetime viewers has dropped 38% of the year, but it gets worse. According to Nielsen ratings analysis, CNN's ratings dropped an astonishing 77% since January of this year. CNN's viewership has dropped nearly 80% over the course of the last several months. Now, just to drive this home, according to Nielsen, while Fox News achieved an average primetime audience of 2.6 million viewers just in November of this year, CNN's average was a humiliating 650,000 viewers in the same month. In other words, CNN is basically getting a comparable viewership to what I'm getting, and I'm doing that on a $100 web camera on my phone here, right? I'm sitting in a van and I'm getting comparable ratings as a multi-billion-dollar corporation. I mean, this is absolutely it's humiliating, actually. And in other words, Fox is relatively healthy, whereas CNN is in significant decline. This is what I mean by the fact that we're really watching this once prominent news organization just wither away and die right in front of us. And it gets worse. If ratings are the heartbeat, as it were, of the corporate body, we see in many ways how the body itself is beginning to fall apart. And that's because this ratings implosion is just capping off what is without a doubt CNN's worst year since its founding. Fox News did a nice, shall we say, tribute to the dying network, a year in review of one of the most ridiculous and embarrassing years imaginable for a purported news network. Remember, back in March of this year, CNN's monopoly over TV monitors in our airports finally and mercifully came to an end. The year of 2021 was the year CNN officially left our airports. We can now fly without being harassed by radically anti-Trump, anti-conservative whining from the TV monitors. And then you had the whole Jeffrey Toobin saga this year, right? Toobin, of course, was CNN's ultra-left legal analyst who got caught exposing himself during a Zoom call with a number of other colleagues from The New Yorker, many of whom were women. Toobin stupidly thought that the camera feed was turned off on his computer, and he proceeded to sit there in his apartment naked and started, shall we say, gratifying himself during the meeting. And then in June of this year, CNN brought him back. They actually brought this perv back to the network to expose himself repeatedly, but of course, this time as a left-wing loon. But needless to say, having an imbecile like that on staff makes it rather hard to take your programming seriously, especially when he says things like Kyle Rittenhouse is lucky that he's not on trial for being an idiot. I mean, when you get a publicly masturbating moron making comments like that on national television, it's a wonder that anyone with a semblance of sense can take CNN seriously. And of course, you had the whole Chris Cuomo saga. I mean, we were following this for a couple of years now. We knew Cuomo was a sinking ship. It was just a matter of time. His borderline illiteracy alone would be enough to sink him. But it turned out it was his moral competence that was the real culprit, his incompetence to end his career at CNN. We learned that Fredo, in fact, advised his governor brother to take a defined position against his accusers and fight back against the accusations, even going so far as to exploit his position at CNN to help his brother discredit his accusers. As a result, news outlet after news outlet came out and very deliberately distanced themselves from CNN and in effect basically isolated the network from the wider mainstream media. Now CNN has yet another major lawsuit on its hands as Cuomo seeks to get even with his former boss, Jess Zucker, who threw Cuomo under the bus. And as if the year couldn't possibly get any worse for CNN, now it's being revealed that CNN's longtime producer John Griffin has been arrested for inducing minors to have sex with him. That's right, CNN has now graduated to sex with minors among its producers. I mean, seriously, can it get worse? Remember, on top of this, you got Don Lemon facing a lawsuit over allegations of sexual assault by a New York bartender. I mean, I love what Elon Musk said about them the other day. Did you see that in his interview with the Babylon Bee? It was priceless. The guys at the Babylon Bee were thanking Musk for being with them. And they were saying, heck, you could be with CNN right now instead of our little tiny podcast. And Musk responded, I'm not perverted enough to be on CNN. I'm not perverted enough. That sums it up, gang. We really are witnessing the last days of CNN. It's becoming nothing more than a joke, a lame joke for virtually all but a few 100,000 viewers. And it may very well be the case that the coming year may be the year of CNN's final and well-deserved demise. Now, before you go, you will definitely want to check out my latest video on the funniest woke fails ever for 2021. You're going to absolutely love it. It's a way to send off the year with a nice laugh. So make sure to click on the link, and I'll see you over there. God bless.